want to talk to you guys about the P.Louise eyeshadow base, and I used it to apply this eyeshadow right here. And before I get started into the demo for the eyeshadow base, I just want to tell you a few things. This is the shade Rumour 0. It is a white shade. This white base is for people who want to get their eyeshadow super bright. These eyeshadow bases, you can go lighter. They don't have to be your skin tone. But if you want to use it as a concealer, then you will try to match it to your skin tone. But as far as the base, if you want these really bright colors, the brighter the base, the brighter the color payout you will get. This costs £10. It's a European brand. And £10, I'm not sure how much that equivalates to US dollars, but I will say this: I purchased 2 of these at £10 a piece, and plus shipping, I paid $40 altogether. So you guys do the math. I would say £10 might be equal to maybe $15 US, or a little less than that. So by that P.Louise base coming all the way from Europe, it took about 2 weeks to get here, and I live in Arizona. And when I got the base, it comes with this P.Louise card, and it says to reveal your exclusive code, to review how to use your product, create a P.Louise account and enter the code. So on the back of here, it has the code on here. So when you go onto the website after you've gotten your purchase, when you go back to the page where it says the P.Louise base, it asks you to enter the code that you received on this card, and you enter it into the website, and then you get a free mini tutorial on how to use the base. I'm going to be starting off by putting a little dab of this product on my hand, and I'm going to be applying it with my finger where I want my transition shades to go. The reason that I didn't take the base all the way up to my eyebrow is because I didn't want a very harsh white line up there. Not to mention, I already carved out my eyebrows with my concealer. So alternating back and forth between my finger and the brush, I'm using my finger to apply the eyeshadow base onto the lid while using the brush to diffuse the edges so that the line isn't harsh. And after I'm done applying this eyeshadow base, I will not be setting it with any powders because the eyeshadow base doesn't need to be set. So the eyeshadow will go directly on top of this base. Using the Nubian palette from Juvia's Place, I'm just going to take those 2 nude shades to blur out the edge of that white eyeshadow base. So after diffusing the base with those 2 shades, I'm going to go into some color. So now going into the Saharan blush palette, and it's the volume 1. I'm going to take this orange shade called Toby right here at the bottom, and I'm going to put that right under where I put those first shadows, just to bring a little bit of color to the eye. So now that that's on there, I'm going to deepen it up with this shade called Neo, and this is like a dark red shade. So now I'm going to take a flat brush to cut my crease with the P.Louise base. So after I let that first coat dry down some, I just went on top with a little bit more to even it out just a little. And I'm just patting the product on top. So now I'm gonna go in with my Smashbox Cover Shot Bold palette, and I'm going to use the red shade in this palette, and I'm gonna put it on the white area of the eye. So going back in with this blending brush that I just used before, and I'm going to smooth out those edges. So now I'm going to go back into the shade Neo, and I want it a little darker on the outer corner, so I'm just going to pack some in there. And then going back in with my blending brush, I'm just going to blur those edges. So I'm going to take Zara, and now I'm going to highlight the brow bone. And now that I have a subtle highlight on my brow bone, I'm just going to blend those two together to make it transition seamlessly. So going back into Neo, I'm just gonna smoke that out on my bottom lash line. Okay, I'm back now, and this is the finished look. So I am going to list the pros and cons about this P.Louise eyeshadow base, and I feel like my overall opinion about this eyeshadow base is that it's okay. I do feel like the product has been overly hyped. I feel like you can get the same effect with a concealer, or for example like the NYX eyeshadow base in the shade Milk or something like that. But getting right into the pros and the cons of this. So for starters, one of the cons is that it takes 2 weeks to get to the US. One of the pros is that it's relatively cheap. It's not as expensive as if, for example, you were getting brands from like Sephora or something like that. But at least with the brands like Sephora, you get to test them out and see before you buy them. I will note that I have tried this base a few times before. This is probably my third time trying it. So this is the best my eyeshadow has coming out with this base. The first 2 times that I tried it, the eyeshadow base looked really patchy, and it really took a lot to get the color payout. You have to be really patient and pack on the eyeshadow because you really have to build it up to make it stick. When it comes to sticking, when you pat the eyeshadow on, it stays, but it seems like when you go to blend, that's when the eyeshadow starts rubbing off slightly, and then it becomes a little bit patchy. A pro for this product is it does have staying power. So when you wear this base, eyeshadow will last all day. Like, it won't crease, and I will give it its props on that. If you're looking for something that has staying power, then yes, this is a good eyeshadow base, but just be wear this specific eyeshadow base that I have, because it seems like everybody else has had really good experiences with it. I feel like my opinion about it is in the middle. It's like it's an okay product, but I could live without it. Would I buy it again? Probably not. And if I did buy it again, I would just use a different shade and maybe hope for the best. So overall, if I had to rate the staying power of this eyeshadow base, I would give it a 9 out of 10. If I had to rate the blendability of this eyeshadow base, then I would give it maybe a 6 out of a 10. Also, if I had to rate the layering of the powders, I would give that a 6 out of 10, because this product doesn't layer products that well. And if you do layer the products, you have to just really take your time. It seems like it blends a little better when you pat the eyeshadow on and blend it that way versus rubbing the brush on the eyeshadow. So that's my review for the P.Louise base. Is it worth the buy? But if you want to give it a try, then yes, I say try it. Everybody has their own opinion, so it might work better for someone else than it did for me. But like I said, once again, I have used this eyeshadow base 3 different times and I've tried it 3 different ways. So thanks again for watching, you guys. If you really like this video, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos. Make sure you hit that notification bell. And if you have anything in particular that you want me to try out, or any type of video ideas you want to see from me, just list that down in the description bar below. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, you guys.